Alrighty traders, George here. Time for a look at the week ahead. I've got a couple of trade setups to show you on the balance beam model. Here's the situation with the NASDAQ. We've already broken higher in this good bounce attempt here, but we're sort of stalled out in the middle of this range here. There's not as much trading commitment here, this air pocket, a lot more above and a little bit below. So I've got a couple different scenarios painted here. One is we break down a little bit more from where we are and we look to get short here with these downside targets. The other is we rally higher and break lower to get short. So we print 41.30s, we go short at 41.13s, or we print higher than that, we print 41.50 and go short at 41.29s. All right. The fourth scenario is if we break down here and come all the way back into this range here, we print 4,000, we go long at 4,013s. All right. Consider one re-entry in each direction for these trade setups. Also, no entries between 1600 and 2400 Eastern Time. All right, so that's the NASDAQ. Let's check out oil. Oil currently at 29.81s. We'll get short at 64s here with these downside targets. If we can rally higher into the 30s, if we print 30.20, we'll look to get short at 29.84. Same targets below. All right, and then if we can trade to a new high, new structure high, we'll initially get long at 30.17s with these upside targets. We'll consider two re-entries in each direction here. No entries between 1600 and 2400. Go +5 on +10 from the initial stop loss of 30. Here's one for gold. You'll notice how much we faded. Last week, this was the second target range up here. In Friday training, we talked about where we might see strength breaking above for a target 3 completion. And if we broke down, we were going to see at least a 20-point fade. And you can see we've had, we've had about a $40 fade off of that level. So now that it's done that, we're sitting here at 12.06s. Another scenario where we need to break lower to get long. An 1192 print will then have us on alert to go long at 1230. Okay, that's the only trade setup I'm showing for gold. And lastly, the hybrid model here for the balance beam intraday on the S&P. But there's a lot of trading commitment where we are right now. We're just knocking on the door to that area. If we trade a bit lower than where we are, we'll look to get short at 79 3/4 with these downside targets. New structure high here and over this balance beam, long at 92.50s to 5/4 and to 18s, just two upside targets there. This is also one re-entry in each direction, no entries between 1600 and 2400. Another $300 risk trade, and this is going to be +2 on +3 for trailing stops. All right, gang, so there are 4 different markets there with a lot of different trade setups. We'll talk about these setups more in the live room. Use the link at the bottom of the video. You can hop in the live room and watch me day trade these markets as well as do some more big picture analysis like you've seen here. Until then, we'll see you back in the live room.